Right, well firstly I'm going to try and speed up this demonstration a little bit. So if I go too fast, let us know in the comments or email or something. I want to get this right. Also, don't forget to join our email list if you're not a member already. We send out emails quite rarely, usually once every couple of weeks, and only when we've got new stuff for you. And if you're watching on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe. You'll find the button somewhere below, or I put a button on the end. Okay, but please do leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the demonstration. Now, this project starts like all our other projects with a bit of outlining. Now, I've got a clear board here. Doesn't have to be that. You can do this on glass. I like it to be clear so I can see through. And in fact, I'm going to paint it later on the light table or light board. So I want clear for it to come through. So I've got the clear board. I'll put my design on top of that. And I'll put my acetate on top of that. And then just stick that all down so it's nice and flat. Ready for piping. In good old-fashioned style, I've got one over here. I started earlier. You can see I've done that one. Still to do this one. I'll do it my normal way. Make a piping bag. Speed this up a little bit. If you haven't used a piping bag before, please refer to our specific video on piping bags. Right, now to get piping, normal technique, lift and pull. Now, having outlined that one, I need to leave it to dry. So I'm going to start painting on this one. The choice of colours is entirely up to you. However, I'm doing the leaves and the flowers transparent. I'm doing the letter in a more pearlized colour, which is more opaque, and the same with the outside. Now, it's quite important that the outside, for the method I'm using, is opaque or semi-opaque. And I'll show you why later. So let's start with the leaves. I've got two colours of green which I'm going to blend on the glass. I've got my two solid paintbrushes here. You can use solid, you can use ordinary paintbrushes, it doesn't matter. I prefer the solid ones. And I'm going to put a darker green at the bottom, going up a little bit. Each leaf, and obviously I will complement that with a lighter green. Take some of that out. I've forgotten to use my light board. I'll grab that in a minute. Finish painting these leaves first, and then I'll put the light board underneath just to check how it's going. That will also involve taking the design out. Well, there's all the green done, so let's get the light board and just slip that underneath. So I've taken the design out from underneath so the light can come through, and I'm just going to switch the light on, which should make the colour go a bit strange on the video. There we go. Sorry if that's gone a bit strange, but it does enable me to see very clearly where I have painted, where I haven't painted, and also if I've left any teeny gaps, which I don't seem to have. So let's get on and paint a couple of the flowers. I've actually changed my mind now. I'm going to use the yellow. And just do a couple of the flowers. Right, I shall leave that to go at least tacky dry before I do any more of the painting, but I'll carry on like that and paint it bit by bit. Or should I say colour by colour. Luckily, once again, in good old Blue Peter fashion, here is one I did earlier. Whoops, get it the right way around. I hope you can see that. So we'll use that and show you the next bit. Now, for this next bit, I've got my work I painted, and I've got a piece of mirror board. It's not a particularly thick mirror board, I wish it was thicker. And I'm going to glue that onto there. And I'm going to do the whole sheet, and it'll become obvious why in a second. Now, very carefully. Here I've got a tub of glue, it's PVA glue, and I'm just going to get the edge. Doesn't matter if I come too far over here because this bit's going to be cut off. But what I don't want the glue, seeping into this clear bit, So I don't want the glue squishing and when I squeeze it down and going onto this clear bit. So I'm going to keep it to the edge and not overdo it. Just going to leave that for a minute now and let it go a little bit dry. Now that should be tacky dry. My board. Let's do this in one go if possible. Down it goes. Now it's not quite in the right place, doesn't matter. It's more important that I get this stuck down in one go. So, let me find a couple of things to weigh that down with. The glue's underneath, I'm not going to get glue on anything. So right up to the edge there. Right up to the edge there. Obviously I don't want to put any pressure on the paint itself if at all possible. Bit of a construction game going on here with my children's books. Oh, good Marvel book there. It might be a bit big. I think that's a bit big actually. Well, let's try and find something slightly smaller. There we go, a few encyclopedias. And for the ends, I'm just going to put some pots of paint on there. I'm sure you don't need to see all this being built up. But anything to add a little bit of weight onto stuff. Right, I shall leave that all to dry. Hopefully once it's dry we'll be able to cut them out. Well, I've taken the books off and as you can see the glue isn't completely dry, but it is nearly dry, so I'm going to try cutting them out now without hopefully making too much mess. And there's the first one done. Now I'm going to add a little hook on the back just with a bit of tape. Finish off the other 4 and we'll see how they look on the wall. Just a final point here, you can see now why I added this semi-opaque border. It does cover up any spots of glue you get on it. Okay, let me go away and finish off, and we'll come and then I will be able to show you a picture of the finished piece. That's going to be all in this video. I say please don't forget to subscribe to our email list, or subscribe to our YouTube channel, or even on one of our Facebook groups. See you soon. Bye.